Chapter 12, we will have a brief introduction of the latest development in speech signal processing, especially the using of deep learning technology in speech processing. Session 1 will introduce the background of deep learning, which is currently the hottest topic in machine learning area. Firstly, we will learn an initial knowledge of the relationship among AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, and DL, deep learning. As shown in the figure, AI, artificial intelligence, is the intelligence exhibited by machines in the broad sense. The central problems or goals of AI research include reasoning, knowledge, planning, learning, natural language processing, perception, and the ability to move and manipulate objects. General intelligence is among the field's long-term goals. AI research is divided into subfields that focus on specific problems, approaches, the use of a particular tool, or towards satisfying particular applications. In particular, machine learning. Machine learning is a method to realize artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a technology to realize machine learning. Evolved from the study of pattern recognition and computational learning theory in artificial intelligence. Machine learning explores the study and construction of algorithms that can learn from and make predictions on data. Deep learning in artificial neural networks with many layers has transformed many important subfields of artificial intelligence, including computer vision, speech recognition, natural language processing, and others. There have been several cold winters in more than 60 years of artificial intelligence. Since the emergence of deep learning algorithms, it has entered an explosive period again in recent years. The field of AI research was born at a workshop at Dartmouth College in 1956. The initial stage of AI ranges from the year 1956 to 1980s. In 1958, Robson-Lett created the perceptron, which is an algorithm for pattern recognition. At that time, neural networks began to be studied and modeled considering the human brain principle. From the year 1970, AI went into cold winter because of the insufficient computing capacity. The second stage of AI ranges from 1980s to 1990s, during which the expert system is promoted. In 1980, the XCON expert system developed by DEC in cooperation with CMU helped DEC company to save millions of dollars every year. In 1997, IBM Deep Blue computer chess playing system beat the world chess champion, which is just an expert system. From the year 2006 up to now, deep learning technology developed quickly and made great improvements in many areas. In 2006, Hinton proposed the deep belief network, and he is regarded as the father of deep learning. In 2011, Apple Company invented a Siri system, which is an intelligent voice assistant widely used in Apple mobile phones. In 2012, Google driverless car began to be tested on road, which uses the artificial intelligence technology with Google Map View. In 2013, deep learning algorithms made great advancement in speech and video recognition and improved the recognition rate very largely. In 2016, Google DeepMind invented AlphaGo, which is the first computer program to defeat a Go Weiqi world champion. Machine learning is the subfield of computer science that gives computer the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning tasks are typically classified into three broad categories, depending on the nature of the learning signal or feedback available to a learning system. Supervised learning, the computer is presented with example inputs and their desired outputs given by a teacher, and the goal is to learn a general rule that maps inputs to outputs. Unsupervised learning, no labels are given to the learning algorithm, limit on its own to find structure in its input. Unsupervised learning can be a goal in itself, discovering hidden patterns in data, or a means towards an end, feature learning. Between supervised and unsupervised learning is semi-supervised learning, where the teacher gives an incomplete training signal. Reinforcement learning, a computer program, interacts with a dynamic environment in which it must perform a certain goal, such as driving a vehicle or playing a game against an opponent. The program is provided feedback in terms of rewards and punishments as it navigates its problem space. Machine learning is employed in a range of computing tasks through building a model from sample inputs and outputs, labels, or real-valued vector. In classification, inputs are divided into two or more classes, and the learner must produce a model that assigns unseen input to one or more labels or these classes. This is typically tackled in a supervised way. In clustering, a set of inputs is to be divided into groups. Unlike in classification, the groups are not known beforehand, making this typically an unsupervised task. Density estimation finds the distribution of inputs in some space. The performance of machine learning is related to the data size. Machine learning with small data may lead to the problem of overfitting, which means that you have used the model capacity more than needed for learning. The clear sign of overfitting is when the model accuracy is high in the training set, but the accuracy drops significantly with new data or in the test set. This means the model knows the training data very well, but cannot generalize. The simplest way to prevent overfitting is to reduce the complexity of the model. Machine learning with big data may lead to the problem of underfitting, which means that the model cannot get a low enough error on the training set. you still have capacity for improving the learning results through increasing model complexity and optimization, which needs more computation resource. How to increase model capacity with big data? We could try to learn hierarchical feature transforms, which can be learning features with deep structures. As shown in the figure, when increasing the training data size, the other traditional machine learning tools will have lower prediction accuracy, while deep learning scheme will have good result. Deep learning algorithms, they cover multiple levels of representation or hierarchy of features with high-level, more abstract features defined in terms of or generating lower-level features. It consists of multiple hidden layers in an artificial neural networks. Some successful applications of deep learning are computer vision and speech recognition. The advantage of deep learning is to use unsupervised or semi-supervised feature learning and hierarchical feature extraction efficient algorithms to replace manual feature acquisition. The development of deep learning can be originated from the year 1986. Geoffrey Hinton and his co-workers published the article, Learning Representations by Backpropagation Errors. BP algorithm was then used to lower the computing complexity of artificial neural network, ANN. At this time, ANN with BP algorithm aimed to solve the general learning problems and tied with biological system. But it is given up because of the problems of hard to train, insufficient computational resources. Small training sets and does not work well from some difficult task. From the year 1986 to 2006, spot vector machines and others much simply classifying methods such as boosting, decision tree, and KNN gradually overtook neural networks in machine learning popularity. At this time, the model structures tended to use flat pricing scheme and loose tie with biological systems. There were many specific methods for specific tasks with handcrafted features. In 2006, Hinton published papers on Science Journal and firstly proposed the concept of deep belief network. Early challenges in training deep neural networks were successfully addressed with methods such as unsupervised and layer-wise pre-training, and better designs come out for modeling and training. While available computing power increases through the use of GPU and distributed computing. Neural networks were deployed on large scale, that is big data, particularly in image and visual recognition problems. This became known as deep learning, although deep learning is not strictly synonymous with deep neural networks. Deep learning has dramatically advanced the state-of-the-art in vision and speech and many other areas from the year 2011. Microsoft uses deep learning technology, which led to the biggest breakthrough in the field of speech recognition. In the year 2012, ImageNet classification with deep convolutional neural networks show big improvement with deep learning based on a large-scale image database and GPU implementation. Then the classification error rate to solve object recognition come to slow down year by year. Since 2012, deep learning technology has exploded and developed rapidly. In 2013, Google and Baidu announced their deep learning-based visual search engines. In 2014, deep learning achieves 99.53% face verification accuracy on labeled faces in the wild, LFW, higher than human performance. In 2016, the famous AlphaGo, Google DeepMind's program was the first to beat a professional human Go players. That's all for this session. See you next session.